Well, good morning, everyone. Mayor Steve Wilder here from the city of North Canton. I want to welcome you all here on Wednesday, February the 3rd, 2021. Uh, Had a little sunshine this morning, but we'll see how the day goes. Want to share with you a few things this for our weekly update here. Sorry for the interruption. Here we go. Well, the word is out that we have 6 more weeks of winter, thanks to Punxsutawney Phil in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. His prediction was that we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter because his shadow was seen. However, from Marion, Ohio, our Buckeye Chuck, he predicted an early spring. As Ohio State groundhog, he did not see his shadow. And so I'm not sure if we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter or not. So if you're here in Ohio, just stick around for a while, every 5 minutes, and we'll see what the weather changes. But so I'm in conflict. Phil says, that we're going to have an early spring, and Chuck says we have 6 more weeks of winter. So we'll just be patient and let's get through February, and we'll see what March brings us in April. Well, there's a few things that I do know, and I do know that February is Black History Month. And in recognition of Black History Month, I'd like to share a few tributes with you this morning as we learn more about our Black history in our community. If I may, the origins of Black History Month. The story of Black History Month begins in 1915, half a century after the 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the United States. Coincidentally, I was just double checking on the 13th Amendment, and it was February 1st, 1865, that President Abraham Lincoln submitted his proposal or statement to abolish slavery and the formation of the 13th Amendment. Well, that September, the Harvard-trained historian Carter G. Woodson, again, February 1915, and his prominent minister, Jesse E. Moreland, founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, an organization dedicated to researching and promoting achievements by Black Americans and other peoples of African descent. Known today as the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, this group sponsored a National Negro History Week in 1926, choosing the second week of February to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. The event inspired schools and communities nationwide to organize local celebrations, establish history clubs, and host performances and lectures. Did you know that the NAACP was founded on February 12, 1909, the centennial anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln? In the decades that followed, mayors of cities across the country began issuing yearly proclamations recognizing Negro History Week. And by the late 1960s, thanks in part to the Civil Rights Movement and a growing awareness of Black identity, Negro History Week had evolved into Black History Month on many college campuses. Now, it was President Gerald Ford officially recognized Black History Month in 1976, calling upon the public to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. Well, since 1976, every American president has designated February as Black History Month and endorsed a specific theme. The Black History Month 2021 theme, Black Family, Representation, Identity, and Diversity, explores the African diaspora and the spread of Black families across the United States, meaning how they scattered from their homelands to places across the globe. Again, Black History Month is an annual celebration of achievements by African Americans and a time to recognize the central role in U.S. history also known again as African American History Month. The event grew out of the Negro History Week, and that was, again, the brainchild of historian Carter G. Woodson and other prominent African Americans since 1976. And just so you know, once again, U.S. presidents have officially designated a month of February as Black History Month. Also, other countries around the world, including Canada and United Kingdom, also devote a month to celebrating Black history. I'd like to share a couple of stories with you this morning. On this day, February 3rd, Congressman Cardis Collins. It was on February 3rd, 2013, the first African American female congresswoman from Illinois, Cardis Collins, died in Arlington, Virginia at the age of 81. Now, Collins was elected in a special election on June 5th, 1973, to replace her husband, Congressman George Collins, who died in a plane crash aboard United Airlines Flight 553 on December the 8th, 1972. Now, she served 12 consecutive congressional terms from 1973 to 1997, while representing the 7th District of Illinois. And Collins in 1979 was elected president of the Congressional Black Congress. She provided leadership in Congress as a chair and member of several committees. She became the first African American to serve as Democratic whip at large. Collins is remembered as a champion for the rights of African Americans, women, and the poor. And she was born on September 24th, 1931 in St. Louis, Missouri. Well, folks, a little closer to home, if you're not aware, Stark County Historic Places, we have over 91 National Historic Places on the National Historic Registry here in Stark County. I've had the pleasure to visit some of those locations, but I was quite surprised that we had over 91. But closer to home, here in North Canton, we have 3. We have the Hoover Farm in the 2000 block of East Maple Street, and that's the home for the Hoover Historical Center or Society. The Hoover Company Historic Center across the street from City Hall at 101 East Maple Street. And the third national historic place that we have in our city is located at Arrowhead Golf and Event Center, otherwise known sometimes in the past as the Fairways. And that's at 1500 Rogwin Circle Southwest. And folks, if you're not aware, it was the home of Jacob Gaskin's farm. Let me share you a little bit about Jacob Gaskins. Gaskins was a freed slave who chose a Plain Township farm, which was a designated stop on the Underground Railroad in the early 1800s. Jacob Gaskins was born a slave on a farm in Winchester County, Virginia in 1793, and was given his freedom upon the death of his master. But at the age of 18, Jacob was too young to be given his manumission papers, his freedom papers, so he continued to work as his chosen occupation, horse racing, for the family of his former owner until the age of 21. He came to Ohio, settling here in Plain Township in 1817, and began purchasing land for a farm. He was called Black Jack by those in the area who knew him, and he became a successful and respected horse farmer, eventually owning 375 acres in Plain and Jackson Townships. With little money, but a natural talent for business, he increased his fortune and acquired large property. And that is noted by a marker at the fairways at Arrowhead Golf and Event Center, proclaiming the spot an official historic Underground Railroad site. Now, he succeeded despite restrictions placed on African Americans in Ohio, who were denied the right to vote, who could not send their children to public school, and who had to pay a $500 bond just to live in Ohio. By the time the 1820 census was taken, his family was one of 5 free colored families living in Stark County, accounting for a total of 23 African Americans in Stark County at that time. There are approximately 1,200 persons in Stark County. There were approximately 1,200 persons in Stark County in the year in 1820. My assumption is being a black, or just being an African American in 1820 wasn't easy. He was a man respected by all who knew him for his honesty and industry, without any capital except the natural endowment of industry and economy. He accumulated a large property, which was that location there on Rogwin Circle. It was noted that he was so well accepted by the community that he was often a fixture at barn raisings. It's been said he was able to carry logs and beams it took 4 other men to carry. In corn husking contests, he was always the winner. While acquiring and working his land under the aforementioned handicaps imposed by the state, he also managed to be a station on the Underground Railroad, helping escaping slaves find their freedom. Now, the Gaskins farm, being a stop on the Underground Railroad, was fostered by his 1818 marriage to his wife Hannah, with whom he had 7 children. She was a devout Quaker, and her beliefs led him to help shelter runaway slaves. It's hard to imagine the fortitude it would take for an African American at that time to be directly involved in transporting and harboring escaping slaves. Folks, Mr. Gaskins lived until 1873, long enough to become the first black to vote in Plain Township. A moment in our Stark County history for Black History Month. Thank you for allowing me to share that with you. I want to share with you now some Stark County Health Department updates. From what I've understand for this last week, over 5,600 doses of Moderna or Pfizer has been delivered here in Stark County. And the vaccines are still limited that are coming in, folks. And if you haven't read, our schools should be started this week. I know Massillon has. Hopefully, North Canton City Schools and Plain and Jackson, our surrounding areas, they'll be starting, if not this week, next week, either on February 5th and 6th, the 12th and 13th, maybe the 16th and 20th, not through the 20th. Generally, it's going to be on Fridays and Saturdays. That's all I want to really say about that. But the school districts have it coming. I do want to share something that I received from the Stark County Health Department. As for myself, my wife, we phoned in and left our information. And you have 2 choices here in Stark County. You can either call their number, or that's for us who live in North Canton. That's only for people who live in North Canton that are covered, or the township or Jackson, that are covered under the Stark County Health Department. You can call their number or log in on a computer. All they're asking is you will not get a call back until your schedule till your appointment is scheduled. So by calling them or calling City Hall, I do not have those answers for you. It's strictly through the Stark County Health Department. So I've registered, my wife has registered. We will now wait for our phone call for our scheduled appointment. Now, please understand, since this program started phase 1 and phase 1B, they still have 21,000 people above the age of 65 with congenital disorders of some kind in the queue, as they say. So somewhere we're in there, we're one of the 21,000. And so I just want to share that with you. That's a fact, okay? And it doesn't help if you try to sign up on the website or do it by phone. all they're asking you is register on one, okay? Because that could actually change that figure that you're trying to register just to see who can get in, if you can get in any faster. And it's not really helping their scheduling service. I do understand that elective surgeries are still ongoing now at both Altman and Mercy, and they are seeing some decreases in their volume of patients. They are continuing to come down in number and reporting of new cases, and also for employees being out either due to COVID or being quarantined because of being associated with someone. So the good news is for now, the in-house patients is on a decline. Again, the phone number for those of us in North Canton to call to schedule is 330-493-9904, or you can go to the website. It is S period or dot ALCHEMER /S, the number 3 / Stark Health. Or you can just go to their website and there's a guideline for you to register. Hopefully, again, with this first week in February, Ohioans 70 years of age or older and employees of K through 12 schools with in-person or hybrid education models will be starting to receive their first shots. Again, I'm on a waiting list just like you are for those of us that are 65 and older. Just wanted to share that with you. I understand also that pharmacies are starting to get their allotment of vaccines. And as of right now, we only have 2 places in North Canton. The Giant Eagle at 1955 East Maple Street is a site, and the Discount Drug Mart up at North Canton at 1695 North Main Street. I'm aware of those 2 sites being available. However, folks, you just can't walk up and say, I'm here for my shot. It's all by appointment, okay? So I just want to clarify that with you. For some city news, due to the pandemic, RITA is not conducting on-site visits to meet with taxpayers this year. North Canton contracts with RITA, the Regional Income Tax and Association. So we want to direct all taxpayer questions and inquiries and concerns to RITA, that's R-I-T-A. And their website is simply www.ritaohio, that is RITAOHIO.com, www.ritaohio.com. Or you can call their 1-800 number. That's 800-860-7482. I wanted to share that from our Director of Finance. Again, taxpayer questions and inquiries or concerns, call 1-800-860-7482 or go to their website, www.ritaohio.com, and that's all lowercase. If you haven't heard, the Ohio Department of Health has recommended that Ohio's curfew be amended to 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. For our restaurants and liquor establishments. So that was amended last Thursday, I believe, and it is in effect for at least 2 weeks, from 11 to 5 a.m. As we come to a close, I just want to share, again, the North Canton Farmers Market is ongoing. It's on Wednesdays today from 3 to 6, located at 1447 North Main Street. I was up there last week. Again, it's going well. and the numbers might be down a little bit, but I think that was because of the weather last time. But still, there's fresh produce up there and good things to buy and partake in. So come on up, support the vendors. There's still about 40 vendors up there, and that'll continue on through April the 28th. So come on up and participate at our North Canton Farmers Market. I'm pleased to report that our staff here at the City Administration is back to full complement. We had several out with COVID or COVID-related symptoms or associated with someone who had was COVID determined. So thank goodness, I'm glad our staff is back and to full complement. Congratulations to Ms. Carrie Burrick. She is the new president of the North Canton Area Chamber of Commerce. I wish Ms. Burrick the best, and our chamber has been a fabric of our community for many, many years, and hopefully we'll have a partnership that will continue to be positive in bringing social and economic development to our community. So Ms. Burrick, congratulations. And for another congratulations goes out to Perennial Smiles, Dr. Stephanie Morgan and her staff. Congratulations, they were selected by Character Counts of North Canton to be a business of character for the month. So Dr. Stephanie Morgan, congratulations, and thank you for being a part of and having your practice here in the city of North Canton. We certainly appreciate it. And I'll just give out one word of warning. Don't forget Valentine's Day is around the corner on the 14th for all of us that are thinking of our loved ones. So do as you may for Valentine's Day, but giving you fair warning, okay? Well, let's see. In closing, what do I have? I think that's it, folks. I just want you to, again, continue to practice safety when you're out there in the public and interacting with the public. It was very rewarding to hear that the numbers were down in our hospitals for inpatient and new cases coming in. Maybe, just maybe, the things that we've been doing with our physical distancing, continuing to wash our hands, wearing our facial coverings when we're in public or interacting with the public, maybe those things are starting to pay off now. Like you, I'm very hopeful that the vaccines that are coming forward will be something that will be available for us in a timely manner. But when you have over 11 million people, I think, in Ohio, it's going to be quite a task to get it all out. I know patience is a virtue, but this is what we have to practice, continue on. And I just wish you all the best. Again, I have great faith in our community that we'll continue to care for one another. Please stay safe, keep well. Until next time, Mayor Widler here. Good day.